This is Kim Speedy from 10 Sigma. Welcome to episode 118 of Transition Tuesday. Today I'll be talking about transition for students who are emotionally behaviorally disordered. Right now I'm going to switch over to a short slide presentation to share this information. In today's video, I will discuss the three main areas of difficulty students with emotional behavior disorders have transitioning to adult life, and some suggestions to help improve these students' outcomes. Let's first start with the definition of EBD under IDEA. Emotional behaviorally disordered means a condition exhibiting one or more of the following characteristics over a long period of time and to a marked degree that adversely affects the child's educational performance. An inability to learn that cannot be explained by intellectual, sensory, or health factors. An inability to build or maintain satisfactory interpersonal relationships with peers and teachers. Inappropriate types of behavior or feelings under normal circumstances. A general, pervasive mood of unhappiness or depression, and/or a tendency to develop physical symptoms or fears associated with personal or school problems. Emotional disturbance includes schizophrenia. The term does not apply to children who are socially maladjusted, unless it is determined that they have an emotional disturbance. The biggest challenges for students who are emotionally behaviorally disordered transitioning to adult life are employment, education, and social relationships. Let's take a look at each one of these categories in further detail. Employment is a huge challenge for students who are emotionally behaviorally disordered. According to a national longitudinal transition study, the employment rate for youth with EBD 3 to 5 years out of high school is 47.4%, compared to the general population's rate of 69.4%. The unemployment rate of students with EBD 4 years after leaving high school is 52%, the highest of any disability area. The next area that is a big challenge for students who are emotionally behaviorally disordered is education. Students with EBD often display characteristics that do not support success in school. They may not be able to maintain appropriate social relationships with others. They have academic difficulties in multiple content areas. They may display chronic behavior problems, including noncompliance, aggression, and disrespect toward authority figures. Their overall school completion is high school graduates 48.4%, students that age out 1.3%, students that drop out or were expelled is 50.3%. As far as their post-secondary education 3 to 5 years out of high school, few students with EBD complete post-secondary education programs of any kind, and their employment is not boosted by their post-secondary education, as it is for their non-disabled peers. Only 25.6% of students with EBD attend any post-secondary school. 15.4% attend post-secondary vocational school, 10.1% attend two-year college, and only 4.2% attend four-year college. The last area, and in many ways the most critical, that students who are emotionally behaviorally disordered have challenges in is social relationships. 37% of these students have been arrested 2 years out of high school, and 3 to 5 years out of high school, 58% have been arrested. With regards to parenting and family, 3 to 5 years out of high school, 18.2% of males are parents, and 48.4% of females are parents. Young women with an emotional behavior disorder are 6 times more likely than their peers to have multiple pregnancies at a young age and to have lost custody of their babies. Other social impacts include that students with emotional behavior disorders are at high risk for becoming homeless. They are the least likely of the disability groups to belong to a community group, and they are the least likely of the disability groups to register to vote. Here are some suggestions for improving students who have an emotional behavior disorder outcomes. First, get to know the student. Be consistent and structured, and treat the student with respect. Help the student to feel safe. Many times these students have been or are experiencing physical, mental, and/or emotional abuse, or at the very least, mistreatment. Continuously teach social skills, peer mediation, and conflict resolution. Make sure you use the student's BIP, 504 plan, or if they don't have either one of these, make sure you develop an intervention plan. Also, try to get the student involved at school, either in social groups or clubs, sports, and other school activities. Other suggestions for improving outcomes include teaching soft skills. This is not only helpful for improving employment outcomes, but also social relationships. Get parents and families involved in the transition process. I know this is sometimes difficult, but it's important to try to do. Give students many opportunities to discover and explore their interests through assessments, activities, and tasks. These students are much more likely to engage and have success if they have opportunities to find out about and do things that interest them. And lastly, have the student volunteer and/or participate in a work-study program. This will help them with all three areas of employment, education, and social relationships. For today's bonus, I'll be sending you information and resources to help students who have emotional behavior disabilities transition to adult life. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you use this information to help your students make a successful transition to adult life. Be sure to check your email for the bonus we just sent over. If this is the first time you've ever seen an episode of Transition Tuesday, click the link below to receive the bonus. Be sure to like and share the video and leave a comment or suggestion for a future episode of Transition Tuesday. Have a great week. See you next Tuesday.